I still see you in the doorway, like the moment you walked out. Your ghost is in the lamplight, in the whispers of the house. The floorboards keep your footsteps. I hear them late at night. I reach into the darkness, but you're already out of sight. I keep pretending that the quiet doesn't hurt, but silence always knows you left first. There are shadows where you used to stand, echoes where you held my hand. I swear the room still breathes your name, even though you're gone again. I try to fill the empty space, but nothing moves the way you planned. All that's left are quiet ghosts, shadows where you used to stand. I rearrange the furniture, but I can't rearrange the ache. I wash the sheets 1,000 times. Your scent refuses to escape. Every song still feels like us. Every night repeats the same. I try to build a brand new life, but it collapses on your name. If memories could loosen, I'd let every one of them fall, but love keeps clinging tightly to the cracks inside the wall. There are shadows where you used to stand, places only you understand. I close my eyes to let you go, but you return like falling snow. I wish the room would let me heal, but nothing follows my command. I'm living with the ghost of love, shadows where you used to stand. We talked around a heartbreak, never saying what we meant. We turned our fears to small talk till the silence finally bent. You smiled like you were leaving long before you said goodbye, and I held on to the pieces you were letting slowly die. I replay it in my mind, trying to rewrite our fate, but every moment falls apart, right where it used to break. These are all the words we never said, sleeping in the corners of my head. instead of all the words we never said. I hear your voice in echoes when I'm walking home alone. The promises unspoken still rattle in my bones. You held my heart so softly that I didn't feel the fall. But looking back, I realized you were barely here at all. What if we had spoken? What if we were brave? Will we still be here together instead of grieving what we made? These are all the words we never said, growing louder in my chest instead. If we had tried a little harder, would our ending be less bitter? I still whisper them when I'm in bed, all the words we never said. The blue light from my phone cast shadows on the wall. I check it every minute, even though you never call. I scroll through our old pictures, pretend they feel the same. But love keeps losing meaning when you won't say my name. I still wait like something's coming, even though I know it won't. It's just blue light in an empty room, echoes fading too soon. The memory of your voice still blooms, even though you left in June. I keep searching for a sign from you, but it's just blue light in an empty room. Your hoodie hangs in silence, I can't make myself let go. I wear it when I'm lonely, just to feel a piece of home. I try to chase tomorrow, but you're tangled in my past. Your silence fills the corners like dust I can't remove. I clean the rooms you lived in, but they still remember you. Your mug is on the table, your shoes are by the door. You took your heart with you, but left your silence on the floor. I talk to empty spaces that never talk back to me. You left your silence here, and it echoes in my feet. It wraps around my throat like words you never wrote. I keep trying to move on, but the quiet pulls me near. You took your love away, but left your silence here. I open all the windows just to let the memories breathe. But even when the wind blows, your absence doesn't leave. I sleep with one side empty, pretend I'm feeling brave, but courage never follows where your silence tends to stay. If silence had a heartbeat, it would sound like yours did. Barely there, fading fast, something easy to forget. You left your silence here, a ghost that's always near. I whisper, please let go, but the quiet answers no. If I could trade your silence for the truth you made unclear, maybe love would disappear, but you left your silence here. We stood at the edge of something, but you stepped back first. I reached out with my trembling hands, but you said love could hurt. I tried to pull you closer, but you folded into fear. You loved me like a promise you didn't want to keep this year. Maybe timing wasn't ours, maybe fate just closed the door. We could have been forever, but forever felt too strong. We almost reached the ending where everything belonged. I still see what we almost had in dreams I can't sever. I didn't feel it fall, but looking back I realized you were barely here at all. I'll meet the version of you I love on nights when memories burn, and maybe in my quiet like fragile dying embers. Some loves don't stay, but they still feel like fervor. I told myself I'd let you go, but every night proves I was wrong. Your name still pulls my heartbeat back to places it doesn't belong. I try to drown the memories in music, sleep, and time, but missing you is something I can't leave behind. I wish the heart could choose the things it holds too tight. If missing you was easy, I'd be sleeping through the night. If letting go was simple, you'd be fading from my mind. But every thought still leads to you, no matter how I try. If missing you was easy, I wouldn't have to cry. I put your things in boxes, but the memories won't pack. Every time I hear our song, my pulse pulls you back. I walk the road we used to take and feel your shadow near. The truth is, missing you is hard, and it's hardest when you're not here. I know I should move on, but my heart keeps asking why. If loving you is over, then why can't missing you die? If missing you was easy, I'd forget the way you smiled. If healing came with distance, I'd have peace for a while. But every time I close my eyes, you show up like a sign. If missing you was easy, you no longer feel like mine. You didn't say 100 words, but your eyes told me the truth. The way you looked at me that night said you were already through. You held my hand so softly, like a fragile fading flame. And in that quiet moment, everything changed. I felt the goodbye in your heartbeat long before you walked away. The way you looked at me last time still echoes in my mind. A final flicker of a love you knew you'd leave behind. I wish I could forget it, but I replay it every night. The way you looked at me last time still breaks me with its light. You smiled like you were hurting, but I didn't know the cause. You kissed me like a memory, or already turning into loss. You whispered I'll be okay, but I knew that wasn't true. You weren't talking about yourself, you meant I'd heal without you. If I could freeze that last look and rewrite what it meant, I'd keep you in that moment where love didn't bend. The way you looked at me last time left a scar I can't erase, a quiet kind of heartbreak written on your face. And though you left so gently, you took the best of me. The way you looked at me last time is something I still see. You always loved the sunrise, but you didn't stay to see how the morning light would fall on everything you left in me. I woke up reaching for you, but the bed was cold and white. Your absence felt like winter where summer used to hide. The morning always knows what the night tries to disguise. I was left behind in the morning light, where your shadow said goodbye. You slipped away without a sound, leaving silence in your stride. Now every sunrise hurts a bit of truth I can't rewrite. I was left behind in the morning light. The coffee tastes like memory, the window holds your frame. The birds still sing their chorus, but the melody has changed. I try to start my day again, pretend I'm almost fine, but mornings aren't your perfume. The songs you love keep playing like they're haunting every room. I try to take a different route so I won't pass where we met, but the world is filled with memories I'm trying to forget. I wish I could escape them, but they find me anyway. Everything reminds me too much of you. The morning rain, the evening blue, the way the city lights turn gold, the stories that we never told. I keep trying to move on through, but everything reminds me too much of you. The moonlight hits my window like the glow of your soft smile. I wear your old gray hoodie just to feel you for a while. I threw away your letters, but the words stay in my chest. Some memories choose to linger even when we wish them rest. Maybe love was never meant to leave without a trace. Maybe healing takes a lifetime when someone once felt like a place. Everything reminds me too much of you. Every quiet afternoon, every laugh the world outgrew, every star we once looked to. I don't know how to forget the love we couldn't move, because everything reminds me too much of you. I used to pour my heart into your waiting hands. Now I hold it like a secret no one understands. I walk around the questions your absence left behind. Like, where does love go when it runs out of time? I'm learning how to carry everything I used to share. Where do I put the love now that you're not here to feel it? Where do I pour these memories now that time can't heal it? Every beat still calls your name, but you don't listen somehow. Tell me where a heart is meant to go. Where do I put the love now? I tried to fill the empty with new faces, new roads, but every smile feels borrowed, a place my heart won't go. You were the space I trusted, the name my world revolved around. Now I'm spinning out of orbit, searching for new ground. If love could be recycled, I'd remake it into life, but all the pieces point to you, even when I try to fight. Where do I put the love now that you walked out the door? Where We made a promise barefoot on the summer fading grass. You said we'd never lose this, but forever came too fast. I still see the way you smiled when you swore we'd always try. But somewhere in the quiet, we both learned how to lie. Some things drift apart even when you hold them tight. This is the promise we outgrew, a thread we couldn't pull through. We tried to hold the edges close, but love slipped through like smoke. We built tomorrow out of hope, but the truth we never knew we were holding on to. A promise we outgrew. Kept your words in journals, wrote your name beside my own. Now every page reminds me how much distance we've outgrown. You said I won't forget you, and maybe that was true. But remembering doesn't save the things we couldn't choose. This is the promise we outgrew, a truth that slowly grew. Even though it hurt to break, some endings still feel true. I'll keep the part of us that stayed, but let the rest slip through. This was always going to be a promise we outgrew. My secrets, the ones I hide all day, the ones that speak your name. In the dark when shadows stay, I lie awake, pretending that I'm stronger than the truth. But every night the silence pulls me back to you. The world feels softer secrets, all the feelings I ones I never show, the quiet I still misuse, that you will never know. If time could teach my heart to heal the way I wish it could, but midnight knows my secrets too deeply for my good. I drew your name in window fog on a cold December night. It faded just as quickly as the last time you said mine. I wiped the glass in circles, but the memories stay clear. Some names leave gentle shadows even when the person disappears. And I wonder if you ever think of me the same. Your name in the window fog came and went like us, there for just a moment, then gone without a touch. I keep trying to erase the ache, but wish it feels too strong. Your name in the window fog stays even when it's gone. I tried to draw a future where we didn't fall apart, but the glass kept melting images until the cold reached my heart. I stood there breathing slowly, hoping warmth would bring me peace, but sometimes even breathing makes the missing never cease. Love is just a fleeting shape on windows we outgrow. It's clear until it vanishes with the warmth we used to know. Your name in the window fog appears when I'm alone, a fading piece of yesterday in a life that keeps moving on. I know the glass forgets you when the morning light grows strong, but your name in the window fog still feels like where I belong. We danced around the ending long before it ever came. We smiled like we were certain, but we trembled all the same. I felt the crack beneath us, the shift we couldn't see. The love we tried to hold was never ours to keep. Some stories fall apart, even when they sound like fate. We almost meant forever, but almost wasn't enough. We held on for a moment till tomorrow called our bluff. We whispered dreams of someday, but someday never stayed. We almost meant forever, but forever came too late. I tried to build a future from the pieces of your smile, but futures aren't made stronger by pretending for a while. You said you cared too deeply to hurt me with the truth, but sometimes letting go is the kindest thing you do. Maybe in another lifetime where time ended and break, we'd live the love we pictured in the promises we made. We almost meant forever, a story half complete. We held a fragile promise that never found its peak. But even though we ended in the softest, saddest way, we almost meant forever. And I'll love that anyway. Your voice once filled the hallway, like sunlight finds a room. Now every step I take feels swallowed by the gloom. Your laughter used to echo in ways that warm the air. Now quiet takes your place, as if you were never there. I try to make this silence small, but it keeps growing tall. The quiet took your place, settled in your space. It sits where you once slept, a shadow I can't erase. I listen for your heartbeat in the moments I retrace, but only silence answers back. The quiet took your place. I keep your cup beside me, though you'll never drink again. I sit in all the places where your presence used to mend. I talk into the emptiness, as if you'll answer soon. But quiet holds its posture like a cold, unchanging moon. Maybe quiet is a teacher, showing me where love has been. But I still wish I heard your footsteps walking through again. The quiet took your place, filling every trace. I try to bring you back, but time won't re-embrace. I whisper to the memories for comfort I can't chase. But the only thing that stays is the quiet in your place. The sky was painted violet, but it felt too cold without you here. I whispered all the stories we never got to say, hoping maybe wind or starlight would carry them your way. Every color in the sunset feels like something we began. The sky still knows your name. It echoes in the fading flame. Every time the stars appear, I swear they pull you near. Even though you've gone your way, the sky remembers us the same, no matter how much time has changed. The sky still knows your name. I trace our shapes in constellations, like I used to as a kid. Sometimes I think the heavens know more than we ever did. The clouds move on so gently, but they never blur your face. The sky holds all the memories time will never replace. If the world forgets our story, if the years begin to fade, the sky will keep your shadow in every night it made. The sky still knows your name, whispers it in purple rain. I lift my eyes and feel the ache of love I couldn't recreate. Even after all the space, I feel you in the sky's embrace. The world may turn, but none of it can change. The sky still knows your name. I take the same old morning route where we used to share our plans. Your laughter used to fill the street. Now it's quiet where we stand. Your shadow used to follow mine across the painted floor. Now I'm walking alone through places you don't walk anymore. The world didn't stop when you left, but mine slowed down instead. These are the places you don't walk anymore, the corners where you closed your door. I still feel you in the echoes, in the spaces we explore, but time keeps moving miss what was before. Even though you've gone your way, you live in every metaphor. I keep breathing through the quiet in places you don't walk anymore. Last night you came back softly in the corner of my dream. You smiled like nothing ended, like we were still a team. We walked along the harbor where the moonlit currents sway, and for a moment I believed that you might choose to stay. But morning breaks illusions that the midnight gently built. I keep dreaming you stay. I keep dreaming you stay. Your laughter feels familiar in the dreamland you return. It thin. Dreams are just reminders of what I cannot win. Maybe dreams are doorways to the lives we never chose, where the heart gets one more echo before the story finally goes. I keep dreaming you stay, though reality won't play in those fleeting scenes. We're okay in every way. I wake up with the aching truth that love won't replay. But every night, despite it all, I keep dreaming you stay. When you left, you took your memories, but you left your shadow here. It lingers in the corners that once held you near. I try to clean the spaces where your laughter used to rest, but the room still holds the outline of what you love the best. You carried all your reasons, but the silence stayed with me. This is the part of me you left behind, a fragile map of love resigned. I'm learning how to breathe again, to walk without your hand in mine. You move forward without looking, while I struggle to unwind from the part of me you left behind. Your shoes once sat beside mine, like they were built to stay. Now the doorway feels uneven, since you walked the other way. I lock the door each evening, but my heart stays on the floor. Somehow it still hopes you might come back once more. Even when I know you're gone, something in me lingers on. My heart still waits at the door, hoping you return like before. Even though you've clearly moved on, a piece of me can't close what's gone. I check the hallway shadows like I did the day you swore. My heart hasn't learned to follow, it still waits at the door. I hear the stairway creaking, like footsteps from the past. I know it isn't really you, but the memory holds fast. I tell myself to calm down, to stop holding